I never expected to hear from my mother again. Not after 18 years of silence. Not after birthdays spent wondering. Not after the high school graduation where I sat between my dad and an empty chair, pretending it was just for my backpack. Not after my appendectomy, where I woke up from surgery and instinctively reached for a hand that had never been there. She had disappeared when I was 5. And I mean completely. No contact, no postcards. No, I love you but I can't do this. Nothing, just gone. My dad never badmouthed her. He never said the words I think he wanted to say. That she was selfish, cruel, or broken. Instead, when I asked him questions like, did she love me? He'd say, she did, in her own way. Whatever that meant. I'm 23 now. Graduated. From college. Living in a modest apartment above a bakery that smells like sugar and burnt flour at all hours. I work as a marketing coordinator for a bottled water brand. I spend my nights reading, watching documentaries, or calling my dad to ask for recipes I'll never cook. Life was predictable, comfortable. And then I got the email. Subject: please read this. It's important. I thought it was spam at first, or maybe one of those scam emails pretending to be a dying relative offering inheritance. But then I saw her name, Laura Benson. A name I hadn't spoken aloud in over a decade. Hi, Matthew. You don't know me anymore. But I'm your mother. I know this message may be upsetting, and I fully understand if you ignore it. I'm writing because I need to tell you something important, and I hope you'll read to the end. I've recently been diagnosed with end-stage renal failure. My doctors say I need a kidney transplant. I'm on the donor list, but it could take years, time I don't have. I understand what I'm asking is too much. I left. I was not the mother you deserved, but the doctors say you might be a match. I had to try. Please. If nothing else, would you consider being tested? I will cover all travel and medical costs. I just want a chance to talk. My stomach dropped, and the worst part, I didn't delete it. I sat on the email for 3 days, didn't respond, didn't tell anyone. I just stared at it. I wanted to be angry, furious. I wanted to hate her. I wanted to print the email out just so I could rip it into pieces. But instead, I just kept rereading it. I finally told my dad. We were having our usual Sunday night video call. He was chopping onions in his tiny kitchen, telling me about a new client who tried to pay him in cryptocurrency when I said, she emailed me. He froze, and then said, your mother? I nodded. He put the knife down, wiped his hands on a towel, then sat down in front of the camera and asked, what does she want? So I told him. He didn't say anything at first, just ran a hand down his face and sighed. Then he said, it's your decision, Matt. But whatever you do, do it for yourself. Not out of guilt, not for her, just make sure it's your choice. I wrote back, I'll get tested, no promises. But I'll get tested, she replied in under 5 minutes. Thanking me, telling me how grateful she was, offering to fly me out to Denver to meet in person and get the testing done at her hospital. So I went. Not to forgive, not to reconnect, just to see. Meeting her again was like time collapsing. She looked older, thinner. Her once dark brown hair was now streaked with silver, but her eyes were the same. Bright green, just like mine. We met at a small cafe near the hospital. She was already seated when I walked in, fidgeting with a napkin. She stood when she saw me but didn't move to hug me. Just smiled and said, you look just like your father. I didn't smile back. We sat. She talked. About her illness, about the doctors, about her dialysis schedule and how much it was taking. From her, time, energy, hope. And then, finally, she talked about the past. I didn't leave because of you, she said. I left because of me. I was broken. I thought I'd make your life worse by staying. I asked her if she ever considered coming back. She hesitated, then said, every day. But I thought, you were better off without me. That line broke something in me, because she decided I was better off without her. She took that choice from me. I didn't argue. I didn't scream. I just asked for the testing forms. I was a match. Of course, I was. Because the universe loves irony. I called my dad, told him the results. He didn't try to sway me. He just said, "Whatever you decide, I'll support you." I spent days thinking, journaling, talking to a therapist, replaying every memory I had and didn't have of her. And eventually I said yes. Not because she deserved it, but because I deserved peace. The surgery went well. Textbook, the doctors said. Recovery was harder. My body felt like it had been hollowed out. I was sore, nauseous, angry, and weirdly relieved. She cried when I woke up, sat by my bed and held my hand, said things like, "I can never repay you," and "You saved my life." I didn't have the energy to respond. It wasn't forgiveness. It wasn't reconciliation. It was survival. In the months that followed, things were complicated. She moved to a town about 30 minutes away, said she wanted to be closer, not to pressure me, but to try to be part of my world, even if just in the background. We had dinner once every few weeks. Sometimes she'd share stories from her new therapy group. Sometimes she'd just listen to me talk about work, and sometimes we didn't speak at all. But she kept trying, and that effort, slow and steady, started to mean something. One night, I invited her to dinner at my apartment. Nothing fancy, just pasta and garlic bread. She brought a plant as a gift, a peace lily. I read they're good for fresh air, she said, and for second chances. Halfway through the meal, she looked at me and said, "You didn't owe me anything, but you still saved me. I know I can never undo the past, but I'm here now and I want to stay." I didn't cry. I didn't run across the table and hug her. But I nodded, and that was enough. Now it's been over a year. We're not a Hallmark family. We don't call each other mom and son like nothing happened. There are still gaps. Still questions I don't have answers for, but there's also presence. She shows up, she sends birthday cards, she's met my girlfriend. She even helped my dad with something tech-related last month, their first conversation in 2 decades. And me? I'm learning how to carry both truths, that she abandoned me and that she's trying. Both are real. Both matter. If you've made it this far, thank you. I don't know what this story is. A confession, a release, maybe just something I needed to say out loud. But if you're someone who's been left or is thinking about forgiveness or wondering if you owe someone anything at all, here's my advice. You don't have to let them in. You don't have to forgive. But you do have the right to choose, not from guilt, not from shame, from power. Because sometimes closure isn't about slamming a door. Sometimes it's about standing in the doorway, looking someone in the eye, and deciding whether or not to invite them back in. And sometimes, that second chance doesn't just save them. It saves you too.